Hello, everyone. Jared here. Happy weekend, happy Sunday night, and happy Labor Day coming up here in a couple of hours for everyone that lives in the United States. It's another weekend has gone, and another Sunday night is here, and there's lots of activity in the market. Lots of things to know about, lots of news to be in touch with, but there are a couple of really basic, important things that we need to keep our eyes on that are happening in the markets right now. First of all, we see that the euro and the pound are just doing very little. It looks like my internet is actually on pause right now, but I think the euro should be around this area. Still hasn't moved too much in the last couple of minutes. But we see that it did. Oh, there it goes. It's back. We see that it did break Friday's high just barely. We know that the euro dollar and the Australian dollar follow each other quite a bit. So this one will be good to look at. It looks like we may have a good little run starting on this euro dollar at the break of the high. So nice little area to look at putting a buy on at this 43.30 with a stop just down below some of these basic daily pivots and Dharma right here. So it's just broken that high, making a nice little run. But still we see that, excuse me, that the euro dollar it's just kind of making its way up through this triangle. It's still kind of up at the highs, but definitely there are some higher points to break that it has not broken yet, so it's not necessarily super near a big breakout, but this could be the beginning of it. We never know. September is always a very active month in the market, so this will be something to really keep our eyes on. But at least, if nothing else, we have a Sunday night break here, and there are at least a couple of pips to be grabbed out of this movement here. Pound is in about the same kind of situation. The pound's moving very slowly. It's actually tested those highs of Friday and come off it a little bit, but it's looking, it's looking like it's still kind of working its way up off these lows on our day chart here. Still a very flat channel. The pound is really only in about the middle of the summer channel, so no big concern of a huge breakout just yet. There's a lot of news on the euro, lots of news on the pound. So as far as what the charts are saying, euro is making a bit of a breakout from at least Sunday night. Pound is just retracing back down to our 12 moving average here, our red line. Could bounce off, could continue back up, could break down below. I'm not really sure yet. Not looking to get into anything on that one. But once again, the euro is looking a little bit better for a possible move upward. Now, the ones that are really getting my attention right now, Australian dollar. The Australian dollar has done something last week or this past weekend that was pretty good. It still is at the Friday highs, and it hasn't actually broken that Friday high yet, which is about 85.30, give or take. 85.30 is our Friday high. And it's sitting there, sitting and waiting. But what it did do on Friday is gave us a very nice clean break excuse me, of the highs of our summer movement here on this Australian dollar. Our highs were here at about 0.8475. It has just broken up above that. It's trading currently at about 85.15, 17, and it did make a high of about that 85.30. So that is a nice break of, over 50 pips. This is starting to tell me that we might be in for something a little bit here. It is just passing the 61.8 on the week chart of its big movement down, which means it could be just finally coming out of retracement zone and heading, for its newest, latest, greatest direction here. So keep an eye on that. This one will require, I would say, a break of this Sunday night or our Friday high right here, just a typical Sunday night trade setup. But once again, here's our level down here, 84.75, trading up above 8,500. Could be a sign of some sort of breaking out movement happening. So definitely keep an eye on that. We've got the Canadian dollar as well, which made a big run Friday. We've got a Friday low here of about 1.0822, give or take, and it's kind of close down there. Those are the ones that are kind of really catching my attention right now. New Zealand dollar is also right up at that area. If we look at some of our larger charts here, we see that it's right up at the summer high of everything. And it's also just right at that 61.8 of the weekly movement. So this one, I think, at a break of basically our 60, I guess that would be 6,900. We have our high basically about 68.95. So right around the break of 6,900, I'd be looking for an entry about 69.05, 69.10. Right in that area for a buy on the New Zealand dollar. 69.05, 69.10 once again for an entry point on the New Zealand dollar for a buy. It's right up at our highs we see right here, so if it makes a nice little break, that should give us some good movement. So Euro for the initial breakout of Sunday night on our Sunday night trade. Pound, nothing really yet, but the pound does surprise us quite a bit. Can make a pretty good little move, so definitely keep your eye on it. Australian dollar needs to break up above our Friday high here for our official Sunday night trade, about that 85.30, and could easily continue on nicely. Remember, tomorrow, it's Sunday night right now. As you can see, it's about 8:30 p.m. California time. Pacific time, and we see that tomorrow is a bank holiday, so some of these things could be slow, but we see that a lot of dollar pairs are right at that Friday high or Friday low, looking like they're getting ready to make a break. So keep an eye on those. I think we're going to have some exciting movement. Labor Day obviously could slow things down. It could have a good bit of movement, but just keep your eyes out and be ready for that. But I think that coming into this next week, non-farm is over, Labor Day is going to be over. We could see the markets finally, once and for all, pick a direction. Be ready. Don't let any of this stuff sneak by. These Friday levels, like I've said on a lot of these pairs, for right now, are the highs of the big movements. So keep an eye on those breaks, because those could really start the big movement. Quick little look here at what the other markets are doing. We see that the S&P is up over 1,000. Once again, the Dow has made a big recovery, and gold continues to be at about $997. It's right just peeking up on the $1,000 mark, but it's not there yet. So keep a very close eye on gold. That's going to be a big runner. That one took a big run up on Friday. Over the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, it ran from about $960 to about $990, almost $1,000. So it made over $30 run, and so that's very significant. Also, have a little peek at Daily FX. There's always some really good stuff on the weekly forecast. Every kind of Sunday night, at the beginning of the week, they put some interesting stuff up. Will dollar recovery happen? What's going on with the euro? As you see, they kind of cover the dollar, euro, pound, yen, Swiss franc, Canadian, Australian, New Zealand. So there's just some interesting little points on all those guys. So I will strongly recommend having a look at that. But first and foremost, look at, once again, euro dollar Sunday night level. Looks like it's making a nice run. Aussie dollar needs to make a break of that high right there as well to give us a nice run, and the New Zealand dollar as well needs to make a nice little break of that Friday high to give us a good run. So watch for a break, and there could also be some bounce potential, so watch for that as well. But these look like they could be headed for a break. They're just right at that level, so just be aware of those levels. 6,900 on the New Zealand dollar, 85.30 on the Australian dollar, and then it's already made a nice break of the 143.25 on the euro dollar. So that's what I'm looking at. I will be looking to enter some trades here in the next couple of minutes. Good luck, everybody, and we will catch you on the chat.